while migrant caravans are trying to cross the border in California, get this, there's a surge in migration in South Texas and in Arizona.
The Rio Grande Valley is ground zero for apprehensions, with the strain of the caravan stretching Border Patrol's resources and putting a strain on the agency as it continues with its mission. Agents there apprehending on average 680 people per day, compared to up to 145 arrests daily in San Diego.
Manuel Padilla Jr. is the director of Joint Task Force West in Texas, and he knows firsthand what the Border Patrol agents are up against. He joins us right now from San Antonio. Sir, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Thank you for having me.
You bet. We know you guys are and gals are really busy these days for a variety of reasons. But there's a story out this morning that apparently Border Patrol is preparing for perhaps a surge with some of these migrants who may try to do what happened a couple of weekends ago, where they try to race across the border. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, I can tell you that we have an extremely difficult situation on the border, something that I have not seen in my 32 years of service with the U.S. Border Patrol. And what that situation is we have two very distinct problem sets. One is a traditional border security mission that includes MS-13, criminal aliens, narcotics trafficking, and the potential terrorist threat that comes at us, consistently. So that is a traditional border security mission. And then on top of that, now we have this humanitarian / asylum seeker mission, and that's really stretching the resources very, very thin, as you mentioned. But the interesting thing, or the difficulty in this, is that with the humanitarian mission, there is nothing that we can do at the field level. This requires congressional action to close the immigration loopholes,
Sure.
and also for the border security mission, of course, we need the infrastructure, the wall system to give the agents the tools that they need.
Is it frustrating when you're spending your life's work down there and you want laws to change and Congress isn't listening?
Well, it's not only frustrating, but it's border security. Border security is national security. So it's difficult to see that the agents are doing everything that they can. We're doing everything that we can with our partners, and it just requires congressional action to fill or to take care of these two problem sets.
Are the troops helping in McAllen? Does that help you guys? There seems the role of the military is expanding, it seems.
Absolutely. I say often that border security is a team sport. The troops coming down here, down to South Texas, I mean, we built up a lot of infrastructure, a lot of what we call impedance, laid some barriers to ensure that if the caravan came this way, we were ready to handle it. Yes.
Well, sir, thank you very much for your service, and thanks for telling us what's going on down south. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You bet.
The number of job applications for police officers is plummeting at departments nationwide. One police chief is here to explain why. Next.
Go for it.
Critics and audiences have spoken. Creed 2 was an instant classic. 4 stars. A brilliantly entertaining movie with tons of heart. Creed 2, rated PG-13. Now playing in IMAX in theaters everywhere.
I'm 53, but in my mind, I'm still 35. That's why I take Osteo Biflex, to keep me moving the way I was made to. It nourishes and strengthens my joints for the long term. Osteo Biflex, because I'm made to move.
Freezing cold. Blazing heat. Rain-X Silicone Advantage wiper blades are engineered to withstand the most extreme conditions. They last 2 times longer than traditional wipers. If Rain-X Silicone Advantage wipers survive these conditions, clearly they'll last in yours. Rain-X, outsmart the elements. Find Rain-X Silicone Advantage wipers at these retailers.
For the aches and pains that stop you in your tracks, Tommy's got your back. Tommy Copper's revolutionary pro-grade shoulder shirt, now available in long sleeve, delivers pain-relieving compression to your shoulders and the muscles along your spine.
The Tommy Copper shoulder shirt has double support panels to bring our shoulders back into a neutral position, which helps to reduce pain in the lower back, the mid-back, and shoulders.
Visit TommyCopper.com to see all the ways we can help relieve your pain. Go now and save 25%. Tommy's got your back.
Introducing the new Capital One Saver Card. Earn 4% cash back on dining and 4% on entertainment. Now when you go out, you cash in. What's in your wallet?
One for you and one for me.
I love it.
Oh, actually, that was supposed to be
I love
for me.
it.
I like red.
It's the GMC Denali Seasoned Upgrade. Get over $12,300 total value on this Sierra when you finance through GM Financial.
Coming home to Houston as the 41st president is laid to rest and friends and family pay tribute. Shepard Smith is live with special coverage today.
Looking for a family-size solution to vision care?
Lunches?
Yep. Yes.
Check. Homework?
Got it. Your glasses.
Oh, thank you, VSP.
Take a second look.
Your shoes?
With clarity when it matters most. VSP Individual Vision Plans offers coverage you can buy on your own, so your family's Monday mornings are more manageable. Go to VSPdirect.com to see better for life for less.
Time now for your news by the numbers, as you see right there. First up, more than 285,000%. That's how much the price of a cup of coffee has risen in the country of Venezuela this year alone. The country is experiencing hyperinflation under President Nicolas Maduro. Next, zero. That's how many gas-powered cars Volkswagen wants to make by 2026. The German automaker is shifting its focus to electric cars. Finally, 40,000. That's how many slices the Cheesecake Factory handed out for free to celebrate its 40th birthday, and it caused chaos. The orders backed up a Virginia location so much it caused a fight. A DoorDash delivery driver arrested in the chaos. Some people waited 2 hours for the free piece of cheesecake at the Cheesecake Factory. And that's some of the news, Brian and Ainsley.
All right, Steve, who wants to be a police officer, we asked. Job applications across the country, sadly, are plummeting in 66% of police departments across the country. But why? And are American cities prepared to deal with this troubling trend around the nation?
Here with some insight for us is Chief Rich Busby with the New Jersey State Association of Chiefs of Police. Thank you so much, Chief, for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
Why is this? Why do you think we're seeing the numbers go down?
Well, the economy has changed fundamentally in the last, certainly under Trump. Young people have other opportunities that are lucrative, and they sometimes take advantage of that. Policing has gotten increasingly complicated, particularly in the last 10 years. There's a narrative nationally that isn't always pretty, and it's sometimes more than certain young people are willing to put up with. The expectations of this generation are different than our generation and the generations that preceded. So it's a different time.
Is it because a lot of officers feel as though society, the county, the state don't have their back in times of trouble, yet they're putting their life on the line regularly?
That's an incredibly important point that you make there. And I think you're exactly right. The police officers, by and large, don't do this for money. They do it because it's helpful to other people. And unfortunately, it's not always appreciated. And unfortunately, a narrative is afoot in this country that isn't always true or fair. And all those things play into it, I believe.
Yeah, we do it every day. Look at these numbers. In terms of sworn officers, you guys peaked at 724,000.
Yes.
It's now down to 701,000. You feel in New Jersey not that big of a problem, but around the country it is.
It is certainly a problem around the country. In New Jersey, the problem of retention exists, and that's linked closely with the hiring process as well. You have to prepare young people in as best a way you can to be ready for what they're going to see. Sometimes a young person comes from a great home and they haven't seen some of the things that they're going to be exposed to during the early part of their career, and sometimes it's just too much for certain young people.
So if this is the problem, we know that this is a problem, especially in big cities. How do we fix this? What do we do to change it to recruit more people?
Well, I can tell you what we've done in New Jersey. We try to outreach to all the communities. A police department works at its best if the composition of the department reflects racially and otherwise the community it serves. So we're trying to do a larger outreach to communities of color and communities of interest. We're also trying to pre-stage programs like the police cadets and the police explorers, because that prepares young people for what they might actually see, and it gives them the proper mindset, gives them the backdrop.
And a little bit, Chief, is the fact the economy is going so well. There's so many opportunities that maybe people are looking to that right now.
I think you're precisely right again. If a young person can be educated and use their education to the best advantage and make a salary without having to be up all night and weekends and holidays and not have to take a lot of guff from certain segments of the society, sometimes that is a factor.
Times have changed. Would you go back into it if you could go do it all over again?
I suppose I would. I often ask myself that question. I have 3 sons, 2 of which are very interested in the profession. And I can tell you that I feel for them, and it's different today. But listen, somebody has to do it and do it well.
They're proud of their dad, who became a police chief and is now keeping up the spirit.
Well, we try.
We're proud of you.
We really do, and we're proud of the communities that support us. We really are. We feel blessed a lot of days, just the people that we're able to touch.
And keep your eye on Steve. He's in New Jersey. A lot of times he gets himself into scuffles.
I heard that.
Yeah, and he needs to throw your name around.
Well,
okay?
that's all right. I like him.
All right, good. He's going to be okay.
Thanks, Chief.
All right, thanks, Chief.
Thank you.
All right, coming up straight ahead, have you seen this video? A father making his daughter walk 5 miles home in the cold because she got kicked off a bus for bullying. Your comments are pouring in about this one. We'll share some of them next.
Plus, Senator Kristen Gillibrand says, forget about the men because the future is the female. Michelle Malkin says that's no future at all. And she joins us next.
And she's a